Here we are, another tutorial on Skydive Sim. I'm going to be going in through the non-VR. This is available on Steam version. What I want to talk about today is the wind UI. We've gone through, and even though it may look similar, we've done a lot to it. I'm going to turn the audio down here from the game, that way I can be heard a little bit better. So in the past, this would go up to 25 miles per hour. I know that's plenty in the real world skydiving, but we decided to go ahead and push the wind all the way to 40 miles per hour. That's just because it's more fun, it's a game, and we can play around in it. So I am going to go ahead and leave this at 30 here. You can select the direction. I'm going to go ahead and pick west. I like the intermediate for my canopy. And let's go to a real world drop zone. I'm choosing the balloon here because it does drop you at the lowest, which is about 7,000 feet in the air. The other two options will take you much higher. And of course, base jumping is whatever the base is. So going in here, I'm going to go into third person view. As you can see, that's Skydive San Diego under me. If you notice to the top left of the screen, we now have a wind speed and direction, and that is the direction of where the pilot is facing. So if I'm turning around, it tells me what direction the wind is coming from. So Skydive San Diego, the way it's set up, right now I'm facing north, so wind is coming from the west, and that's what you're seeing there as well. I'm going to go ahead and back off and jump into this. By the way, if you hit F while you're free flying in the 2D mode, you'll go into sit flying, and you can still do all the things you can do in belly. I'm going to go back, and notice as I'm turning left, I am facing west here, and now the arrow is pointing more towards me. Alright, turning back the other way, and west is to my left, and the arrow is saying the wind is coming from the left side. I'll go ahead and open up. You can see how the wind kind of pushes the canopy to the right or east as it opens. Now if I go ahead and face towards west, I can go ahead and take advantage of the wind, and if I go into a full flare, I'll start flying backwards. And again, this is just a fun little thing. You can do this in the real world. Of course, I don't think I would jump in 30 mile per hour wind. I've done 28 miles per hour in the past, but that was one time, and I decided after I landed I would not do that again. But here in the game, it's kind of fun to do. In the VR version, you also have that arrow, the wind and wind speed and the direction of wind. When you have the helmet option on, which we have turned on by default, that shows up in the headset, so you can actually take advantage of that. You can see I have a little bit of penetration into there, into the wind with this canopy. I think if you pick the beginner one, you're definitely going to be going backwards, even into the wind. They're just set up a little bit differently. This one can handle it, and of course the advanced can really cut through that wind. So here I'm ahead of the target. If I go ahead and flare, I can slowly come backwards. And try to hit my target. Here we go, watching the altimeter. Let's start going back a bit. You can see it's kind of elevatoring down. I'm going to try to get the center of this thing using the wind. Ooh, I'm back a bit too far. And there it is. I ended up landing a little bit further back than I wanted. So real quick, I'm going to show you guys what I meant by the option for the helmet. Helmet is right here. By default, this is on now. Before we had it off, but we went ahead and added that overlay into the helmet so you can always see the wind. You see the wind speed and what direction it's coming from. And that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you on the next one.